Hi, this is Ken Axe from RazorClamming.com, and we just got back from a great day of clamming, not in Seaside, not razor clams, but today we went for the gaper clam. And gaper clams are in abundancy in Netarts Bay and a number of other locations, but Netarts Bay is where we were today, about 20 minutes west of Tillamook. This is what the almighty gaper clam looks like. And what a lot of people don't know is that a gooey duck clam, which is larger in size and up in the Puget Sound, they sell for up to $200 a pound in Asia. And they use them extensively for sushi, sashimi, other types of things. Now, this clam is free in Netarts Bay, and only a few select Oregonians know they make great sushi, not at $200 a pound either. So today, basically, we're going to take you from a gooey duck, a gaper clam, like we see right here, and we're going to clean it. And what we will have left is the neck, which we see right here, which is used in sushi. Basically, it's just thinly sliced, sometimes with salt, and then a gourmet chef will add the things that are in sushi, which is wonderful. And this is the belly of the gaper clam. The belly is great for chowders or actually fritters. You use the belly in fritters because they're a little more tender than this part right here, which is the digger. You could use them both in fritters or chowder, but sometimes people like the flavor of the belly a little bit better in fritters. First thing we're going to do, we're going to clean off our board here, and we're going to take our gooey duck clam, and they're kind of hard to get out of the shell, so we have a trick. And the trick is to get them out of the shell and also clean the neck, de-skin the neck, which is a must because that neck doesn't look too appealing right now. We're going to go ahead and dunk it in boiling water, but we're only going to give it maybe 15 to 30 seconds max, and you could actually go less if you wanted to. 6. I'm just waiting to see just maybe a little movement in the shell, and that kind of, oh, there it goes. In fact, the shell just popped. And when the shell pops, you know for sure it's ready to be cleaned. We're going to take it, we're going to dump it in ice cold water. You can see I've got ice cold water here in the sink, and we're going to bring the temperature down as quickly as you can because we don't want to cook the clam. We just want to get it set so it's easier to clean. Once the clam cools off, we're going to take it out of the cold water, and we're going to bring it out of its shell. You take a regular knife, a fishing knife, which is a lot sharper, is a really good tool for this kind of thing. But there are also household knives that you can use. And we're just going to run along the shell here. We're going to make sure that this clam has detached from its shell, being a little bit careful not to destroy the membrane of the clam. And once we get to a certain point, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to kind of break that open a little bit. So we've got the entire clam and maybe just hanging on a little bit to one of the shells here. And take the knife and take the last part, that muscle hanging onto that clam. There you go. We got ourselves a de-shelled gaper clam. This is the neck, this is the digger, this is the belly portion. Once you get to that stage, then you're basically going to cut the neck off. You can use a scissor or a knife for that. You can pull off the skin, or instead you can do like I like to do, which is to take the tip off right away. In the bottom of the neck, you're going to see the 2 siphon holes. One siphon hole is used to bring plankton, which they eat, in, and the other siphon hole is for what I know you already know. It's to get all the stuff out. Once that's out, we're going to go ahead and we're going to peel this neck. A little hard. Get a piece then you get a piece of the neck started, and you just pull it down. Pull it slowly, because it's easier for it to come off in one piece than try to pick little pieces off of it. I'm going to pull this off this neck. One nice big piece, but we can get around that, and we can just scrape it off with the knife a little bit. Get rid of those pieces. Now what a lot of people do, which is kind of a trick, this is a saltwater animal. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And they'll use regular table salt, actually rock salt or sea salt is a little coarser, so it makes it even a little better. But you can kind of rub some of that color of that clam into a little bit whiter color. For sushi, it's nice to have a nice white kind of neck for sushi. That salt kind of helps it get the skin off it there. Get the skin off it. Give it a nice sink, wash. There's our beautiful neck. That is what they use for sushi. $200 a pound. And this isn't a gooey duck, so it's not $200 a pound. The gaper is as close as you get. So brother, that's a pretty beautiful looking neck. And now if we wanted to slice this, and I'm not in a cooking session, I'll show you how to make a really great Asian sushi, which is beautiful. You take your clean portion, you put it in cold water to leave it cold. Okay, now we've got the rest of the body. First thing we want to do, this stuff right here. Now some people in some countries will just take the stomach and they will cut the stomach out, and the rest they will eat. Now you notice when I cut the stomach, this little organism here popped out. This is part of the clam. So if you see this pop out, don't worry about it. Helps its digestive system, helps it eat and digest food. And it is part of the clam. It's not anything weird or scary or anything. In fact, actually you could eat it. Some countries, look at these clams. They almost eat the whole thing, which I don't know how they do that, because I like a nice clean clam. We're going to take this, we're going to get all the sand out of this. We're going to get rid of that stomach. Now these clams do have gills, just like you would find in a razor clam. We're going to get both of these gills off of here. Then I'm going to detach the digger, which the digger, ooh, man, that's great chowder. You can see by, I'll bet you can tell by the end of this, you've seen those in your clam chowders that you've gotten in restaurants and other places around town that put nice big pieces of clam in your clam chowder. But the other part that people like, a lot of people will flour and fry the neck, and they will use that for chowder, but they'll also flour and fry the belly portion here. I'm going to cut this open. Get this gooey stuff out of here. To clean this off of all the clam. But there we have the belly piece of the clam, which is great for fritters or clam chowder. And once they're done, what do? We throw them into our cold water and we move to the next clam. So there we go. There's additional videos. There's also recipes on the site, but it's a wonderful tasting clam. And when you cook them, don't forget to pound the neck a little bit, especially if you're going to fry them. If you're going to use them for sushi, you can eat them raw. If you're going to fry them, pound them before you fry them. They'll be delicious. This is Ken Axe from RazorClamming.com, wishing you low tides.